All right. I think we're gonna get this party started.
Woo! Okay, what's up, guys? So we are the Relatable Nerds. We are the Porg Champs. I'm Ilsa.
And I'm Kyra. And
this is our first
show of the year.
Show of the
Fan Expo. Yeah.
That we're recording here today.
We kind of went through a little bit of a rebrand too this past week. Me and Ilsa were like, okay, Relatable with our names is kind of a long name.
And nobody really knows what our podcast is about.
Yeah.
We don't like say so.
Yeah, so now we're just the Relatable Nerds, and if you don't know what a porg is, this is a porg, everybody. The cutest one of the cutest Star Wars animals. We have another little one right here, little critters. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for being here. We want to give a shout out to Chuck and Shauna, the best people we know who are running this stage, the creator stage at Fan Expo. Fan Expo, thank you for taking a shot on us. We are very random and fun and nerdy, but love what we talk about, and we're gonna do that today. So
let's do what we do best.
Right into it.
Kyra, okay. How was your week?
Busy. A lot of stuff. It's summer. It's the middle of summer. We are like hitting July now.
I don't want to say it's the middle.
It's
summer.
probably like,
I think it's the beginning.
Well,
still.
I
think we have till the end of September.
Yeah, global warming
I'm not
is
giving
just
up.
and as we shouldn't. I feel like just summer season, does last to almost Halloween now. Global warming is just heating up.
Yeah,
everything. It's heating up my life.
I
love it.
It's
I'm
so
thankful. I like wearing shorts, and
I'm really excited to die in like 15 years. I cannot wait.
Well, the world is probably going to implode in about 5, so at least we
We'll
have
never
Obi-Wan.
be old.
Yeah, we'll never be
old.
old.
We'll never have to feel
We'll be
that,
young. We'll be like all
know,
those songs. We'll
like
be young forever.
Back pain.
I already have that though. 29 brought me back pain. I have to stretch every morning. I am really sad about it, but it's okay. So my life, busy week. I know you're busy too. We're industry people, so
No, we're not anymore.
You're not?
I quit the industry. I'm over it.
Okay.
I am now an office lady.
What?
Yeah, I'm an office
I'm finding
lady
this out
now.
live, you guys. Okay, well, little tidbit about us, you guys. If you don't know how we met through working at the worst, greatest pizza bar in Chicago. So
good pizza, horrible
people.
ownership, horrible people.
We won't get into detail about that, but yeah. So that's kind of how we met. But anyways, how was your week? How are you, office lady, Miss Secretary?
I'm great. I recently got into The Witcher, so I've been watching that like nonstop.
Yeah.
I know I'm like late to the party, but I'm in the party. I'm in the game now. I'm very into it.
I still can't believe that Henry Cavill pulled that Witcher shit off. Sorry for right? Like blonde hair and just absolutely killing it.
And he doesn't speak. He has like 4 lines an episode.
That's
I love
so
it.
good. That's all I want.
So
I don't want
good.
him to speak. He's spoken enough in Superman. Like I just need the bare minimum from now, as long as he looks the way he does.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
That's all I need from Henry Cavill. Yeah.
From men in general.
From men in general.
I just need the fewest lines. I don't need anything extra. You guys don't have to be specific or go into detail about anything in your life.
Probably best if you didn't be extra.
Yeah.
Honestly. Maybe just if you think about talking, stop.
Yeah.
So up next, we're going to talk about nerd news. There's so much coming up. We're so excited about. So Kyra and I are super into Marvel, DC, Star Wars. We have a couple of and other random shows as well.
The most random, but they're all great.
But Daredevil's Echo, his BFF Echo, is coming, and she's getting a show.
She's getting here. If you guys watched Hawkeye, which if you haven't, I know Hawkeye doesn't get the best rep with everybody in Marvel. He's kind of like the hidden superhero, but also Ilsa is like the biggest Hawkeye fan ever, and she thankfully showed me the way with Hawkeye. And it wasn't until I saw her tattoo that I knew it was serious, because she only has serious tattoos besides the pizza slice, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
I have 2 pizzas tattooed on me.
Absolutely.
I do have a Hawkeye tattoo and a Hit Girl tattoo, because those are like my ultimate people. I'm a big comic book nerd. I don't know if you guys like know this, so that's why like I know Hawkeye from the comics, and I just always loved his like his sad boy like energy, but he was able to get with like the hottest girls somehow anyway.
Yeah.
But he was just always like, I'm not a super soldier like Captain America. Wah.
It's
But I'm like
always-
banging Spider-Woman also. Like, okay.
It's always the sad emo boy that pulls the hottest women.
I mean, honestly, like
I'm a victim of that.
I'm sorry, if you're a
100%.
regular guy and your coworker is Thor, like you're doing something right, sir.
Yeah, what? That's good company.
Your coworker's the god of thunder.
But anyways, you guys, if you haven't watched Hawkeye, this is going to be a little spoiler-esque. Echo does show up in Hawkeye, and we do have Kingpin, the original Russell Fisk from the Daredevil show. If you don't know who he is, you can see him in Spider-Man Into the Multiverse as well, the animated movie, which we do have another one of those coming out next year. Kingpin is terrifying. That guy is big, scary, a lot of money, like a mob boss, just your typical like white New York Republican dude. But yeah, he's in.
He Italian though.
Definitely, yeah, he definitely has the.
Those were like they're like the last people to become white, but they were the first people to become like haters.
Yeah,
you know,
interesting.
Like people of color.
What
don't
a
know
concept!
It's great. It is kind of crazy. Like they just hate everybody.
And Kingpin definitely hates everybody. That's very clear. Hawkeye was only I think 6 episodes, right? It was pretty quick, 6 or 8.
It was
very
6
quick.
episodes, and the last episodes was just filled with random characters.
Yeah,
so.
you could. They were just like choppy with it. But on that note, if you haven't watched Daredevil on Netflix, incredible show. I know a lot of people didn't give it a chance in the beginning just because a lot of those Marvel shows they pushed out very quickly, like Jessica Jones, The Punisher, Luke Cage. But Daredevil was one of the best ones. We have Rosario Dawson in there as well. But basically, we saw Daredevil in No Way Home. And Kingpin is in Hawkeye, and it's confirmed that they are going to be in the upcoming show, the Echo show.
I know. I can't believe that they're letting Hawkeye into the show. Like, I'm like super excited about that.
2023, we got that debut, you guys. MCU, they are not holding back. 2023 is going to be a big year for them. But yeah, so we have Alaqua Cox reprising her role as Maya Lopez, who, if you guys don't know, she is actually the adopted daughter of Wilson Fisk. Wilson Fisk. Why am I reading Russell? I'm dyslexic. There's not even an R in Wilson, but whatever. Yes,
Dyslexia comes in all forms.
It really does.
You know,
but
be careful.
So Daredevil's going to be there, and there's actually a couple rumors right now. I don't know if you guys watch Jessica Jones, but Jessica Jones is also rumored to return in the Netflix series as well. So they seem to be going in this direction with the Netflix shows. Netflix kind of moved all of them off of Netflix now on their platform. They're all on the Disney Plus app, which is absolutely killing it. I love it. My favorite subscription.
Are you excited for this series? Is my mic working? Yeah, it is.
I think so. Mic check.
Mic check 1, 2.
You know, I am, because I think we actually talked about this on one of our Hawkeye review episodes. We're like, how does Daredevil not show up? In the comics, he's very much involved with Echo. Kingpin is also obviously there. I mean, she is the adopted father of Echo. So there has to be some crossover. And they're in New York, which everything goes down in New York. So, like, I'm excited.
Yeah, but
I'm stoked.
I mean,
no,
they're all in Hell's Kitchen though. That's the thing. Because
yeah.
I guess like you could be in New York City, but like it could be like
I don't know too much about Hell's
Kitchen. You're not really hanging out with people in like Harlem. Like that's what I didn't understand. Like how did Luke Cage and Daredevil ever meet? You know, that's a long.
It's a long way to get there, right?
I mean,
how like public transportation.
Well, I think like 110 becomes Harlem, and then like the 50s are Hell's Kitchen. So you're going like 50 spots north.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
I need to take notes.
50 streets. would never recommend.
I guess it's like with Marvel, everything goes down in New York. Like that is where everything is. I mean, we have She-Hulk coming out in a couple months, and she is a literal lawyer in the heart of New York City. You can't tell me that in this show they're not gonna have somebody else pop up. You know, like it's just almost impossible
like
for them
Spider-Man.
to do.
I feel like he should definitely fire Charlie Cox and probably hire She-Hulk. That would be best.
Wow.
Yeah.
You heard that here first,
brain.
folks. We already know Marvel has to write us our check because we've like literally. I know we're a small little humble podcast from.
Kevin Feige's listening.
He is. so
Always.
is Dave Favreau. I will just say that.
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau.
And
Wow,
Dave
I'm
Filoni.
mixing up everybody's names. Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau. That's easy to mix them up, though. Okay, but yeah, you guys, Daredevil and Kingpin are confirmed in this upcoming Echo show, so we are stoked for that. Give Daredevil a chance if you haven't. It's a great show. It's four seasons.
Yeah,
I think something
so.
like that.
3 or 4.
On
Netflix.
just binge it.
That came out in like 2000 Jesus,
Just
so we don't know.
19 Jesus.
19 Jesus.
Leave Netflix and just go, but watch Stranger Things first. Leave Netflix and then go to Disney Plus because they take all of our money, but rightfully so. All right, you guys. Next nerd news topic: Star Wars. We got to jump into it. Andor. There was a new article that came out this past week. So we know that Andor is taking place based off of Rogue One. Before the event, so 5 years before. So they just came out with a little bit of tidbit information of how they're recording all of these episodes. The first season is going to be 12 episodes, and it's just going to cover the first 5-year format. And then the second season is going to be a span of 4 years within that season.
Okay.
Which is
yeah,
kind of
that's
like
cool.
a lot.
Well, I heard that it's kind of like gonna follow like a refugee's like journey
Right.
almost. So that's kind of cool. And how do refugees get made by war? So it's gonna be like interesting to see their like Diego Luna's like how like home like planet
Yeah.
get destroyed by the Clone Wars. And who was in the Clone Wars? It wasn't just the bad guys; it was good guys too.
It was a
Good
mix.
guys too.
There
you
are
know?
there are clones that don't really want to do what they're doing, but they have to. They're kind of just stuck in that situation. But yeah, can we just give a hand for a Latino at the forefront of a Star Wars show? Like we have Cassian
And
Andor,
he's
Diego Luna.
Mexican.
Yes, specifically. Like this is just incredible. It's taken everybody a long time to catch up to people of color, Latinos, everybody in general, just being at the forefront of these shows. It's not like we don't exist. we are there, and it's not just one specific race of people. Everybody can be a part of the rebellion. But yeah, I'm super stoked for Andor. If you guys haven't seen Rogue One of the best Star Wars movies. Will fight everybody on that. I think most people who aren't super into Star Wars or have gotten into Star Wars late kind of think a lot of the originals are a little cheesy. And then they see the prequels and they're like, decent acting, but kind of weird. And then they see the new ones and they're like, what the hell just happened? But then you see Rogue One in the middle of all of that and you're like, oh my God, this is incredible. Like they all just die at the end. Like, oh my God, they did that. Nobody floats through space like Princess Leia and just surprisingly lives to the next movie.
I
you know?
was like, I knew fully well that they were all gonna die, and I was still kind of like, I was so sad.
It was
so sad.
it
and
was
so surprised. I knew
yeah.
the whole time that they were like, dying.
Yeah, halfway through you're just like, this is not looking good. Vader's really mad. He's in his prime. He is not going to hold back. The Death Star is just waiting to blast somebody.
But I'm pumped to watch like his journey and what goes on in Andor. And
yeah,
5 years, I'll take it. I'll take whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's his story. You do get a little bit of tidbit in Rogue One, just his backstory with his parents and kind of just like getting thrown into the rebellion because that's all he really knows. And he knows a planet that was sieged by the Empire. And it's just really... The rebellion is built on hope, and let me stop talking about this before I start crying because, you know, Star Wars always makes me cry.
Okay, well,
but
can we talk about one more Star Wars thing?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, so we might, and it's not confirmed yet, but we might get a second season of Obi-Wan. And I just want to say Obi-Wan was the best show that ever happened to me in my entire life. I am so happy that I am
we got to give a round for that.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, and company. I mean,
so good.
little Leia.
Baby Leia was everything.
Like, I was lucky enough to go to Star Wars Celebration this past month, and breathe. We got to see the show a little bit earlier. We kind of got like a hint that there was something coming, but even being in that atmosphere with all these like super Star Wars nerds, I feel like you know the time, you know that Leia's around, you know that she's a kid, you know that her father was returning, we know Bail Organa is going to be in the show, but are they going to push the boundary and kind of create this little mini version of the most beloved princess in my universe and everybody's universe. So when we see her, it's just like the most beautiful introduction. She's just doing her hair, and immediately you see like, God, I'm blinking. What's her own planet? Somebody help me. I'm blinking. I know you know, Matt. Where is Leia living right now that gets blasted? Alderaan! I was going to say Andor because it's an A planet. Alderaan. So we kind of see a little tidbit of Alderaan as soon as you know that, because really the only time they ever showed Alderaan was at the end of like Revenge of the Sith when she goes and lives with Bail and when it gets blasted right before A New Hope. Those are the only 5-10 seconds we got of Alderaan. As soon as you see it, you're like, oh no. Alderaan looks like the perfect planet, and you're like, oh my God, they're going to do this. And then they show little Leia, and it was the most...
Like Vermont.
Yeah, like Bernie Sanders is right there next to Bail Organa, just
right?
like running shit. I love it.
Just running shit.
It was amazing.
I agree.
It was everything I wanted, and the little girl that plays Leia was just everything she needed to be and more. And we got to see a little
baby Luke.
A little baby Luke, which
I knew exactly where you were going.
Yeah, you knew
because we've already talked about it before.
I think we talk about Obi-Wan every single time we text or we're like together because there's just always just something to talk about.
But baby Luke just wasn't doing it for us.
He wasn't. I wasn't impressed. It was okay. But
sorry to that child that we just offended, but you know
you're gonna do great things one day. But yeah, anyways, we might get a second season of Obi-Wan. I think they'd honestly be ridiculous to not do a second season because we just had 6 episodes of this, and it was.
You know who's gonna have to sign on for it?
Who?
Liam freaking Neeson.
Ooh.
Because
Spoilers.
Qui-Gon. Oh, spoiler!
Spoiler alert, you guys.
Spoilers.
Also, if you haven't watched Obi-Wan, I mean, that's your fault right now.
Earmuffs.
You should be doing that.
But yeah. Earmuffs if you didn't watch it, but Qui-Gon appeared in the last episode, so he's gonna have to be in the second season because he's a Force ghost and he's just chilling with Obi-Wan, which also makes sense because then when we meet Ben Kenobi later in A New Hope, he's crazy, and that totally makes sense because he's been hanging out with the Ghost for 10 years.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, I even if he's just like a blue Force ghost in this season, I'm gonna be happy. He did look a little wonky, but I guess it is hard to go back to your roots. I know everyone's like Hayden Christensen. They didn't do enough CGI. He looks so old. It's like, well, yeah, he's like 40 something now.
Didn't he refuse the CGI? He refused the CGI and the on-set doctor applying Botox, and he refused both.
What a power move!
And it was a power move.
I'm so about it because Ewan doesn't age. He ages backwards, but It was kind of. I mean, Ewan looked younger than Hayden Christensen, which something's a little off if that's the case.
That's true. I didn't
I'm looking at this wait, yeah. Obi-Wan's the master still. What's going on? I loved it, but I'm I embrace wrinkles. It's fine. Hayden Christensen, you look amazing. You killed it. You still got it. He still got the moves. It was beautiful. But also on that note, Hayden Christensen is rumored to appear in the upcoming Ahsoka series that will debut on Disney Plus in 2023.
That's gonna be wild.
That's gonna be amazing.
Well, he's dead, so he is.
So it's gonna be great.
He is during the Ahsoka series because it's after. It's
post.
later. Yeah, it's post the originals.
Some flashbacks, maybe.
Maybe flashbacks. I'm thinking Force Ghost, but how is she? She never fully became a Jedi. She was always a Padawan.
Yeah.
So
she was in the middle.
This just goes to show this girl is very powerful because she's gonna be able to talk to a Force ghost that took Obi-Wan Kenobi freaking forever to figure out how to do. And Ahsoka's just I'm just gonna figure it out.
That I love their dynamic in the Clone Wars. It's just amazing. Anakin and Ahsoka are just the best combination. They're just so fun. They have the best chemistry, and it's just really cool to see Anakin have another relationship with a woman and her to not die. Everybody in his life that's a woman dies, and he can never win. But it was cool. It was cool to see that he actually made it out. He died before her, so holy shit, that never happens. Well, yeah.
That is crazy.
It is kind of sad.
You think that's why he didn't kill Leia when he had the chance? Because he's just God,
this is the last one. This is it.
Another woman in my life. That's
he has no generals or commanders that are women for the most part that are working under him. He only uses stupid dumb men to lead his thing, and then he force chokes them. It's like he almost is setting himself. He's setting those people up for failure. He knows they're gonna mess up because he just loves force choking people. I think at this point,
I would too.
Yeah.
I would go around force choking everybody, like low key. You don't even know where it's coming from. You're just all of a sudden like,
yeah, it's just like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's that? Am I choking? No,
Yeah.
Vader. It would be an honor, actually.
every
Vader's
time
force
you guys
choking.
really need water, it's probably someone force choking you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really know.
If you think about that, it'll be a little bit more fun. And now we're gonna wrap up our. Well, we're not completely gonna wrap up our Star Wars news, but we're gonna go into a Game of Thrones update. Another level of nerddom that we love. We love Game of Thrones. We haven't really been able to talk about it as much because we know that the show came to an end with season 8, which was not the best thing I've ever watched. But now, luckily for us, we have a sequel.
The episode where Arya killed the Night King was the best show, ever, though. They had that episode, which we can't
It was a
forget
lot.
about.
I mean, they packed so much into one season, and I was just shocked that that's how she ended up killing the Night King. I thought it was going to be way more intense or like more of like a little fight or something, you know? But it was, I don't know. You either love it or you hate it. You're in the middle.
That's what made it cool because you had no idea that it was going to be Arya.
It was,
you have this because you have like Jon Snow like futzing with this dragon.
True.
And then you're like, oh, he's going to be the one that does
It's going to
it.
be Jon. He's finally going to win once in his
but
life.
it's like,
the
no,
bastard.
he's still like battling this dragon. So it's like, he's busy. What are you going to do? And then like Theon, he had no chance.
Oh,
he really
man.
Also, like,
Oh,
why
God.
start running from that far away?
Thinking about Theon just really breaks my heart, man. What was his little nickname?
Reek.
Reek.
That wasn't his little nickname.
It was his
was
big
like-
boy name. No.
It was that I wouldn't call it a little nickname.
I know, you're right. It was his identity by the end of it, which is like really sad and depressing. But anyways, we have a sequel for Game of Thrones coming up. Quite a few sequels. We do have House of Dragons coming up in August as well, which is going to be about the famous dragon Targaryen family. We'll get to see all of that good stuff, all those like beach blonde Aryan children that just live on an island with rocks and dragons, and they're just beautiful no matter what, and everyone wants to marry them.
But they only marry each other.
They only marry. Yikes.
Keep it in the gang.
Yeah,
keep it in
whatever
the
works
gang.
for them, and clearly it didn't. But anyways, we get the sequel with Jon Snow, Game of Thrones. The author, you guys, George
Jon Snow,
R. R.
another Targaryen. And let
What
me
are
just
the
say,
odds?
we did find out that Jon Snow is a Targaryen in the original Game of Thrones series,
Yeah.
and that his name was Aegon.
Yep.
No, he's not an Aegon.
John. I know
not.
John's pretty basic. At least he doesn't spell it with an H. It's just like Jon, so it's a little bit more like unique.
Yeah,
but
I would say that's some BD energy to spell your name just
Yeah,
Jon.
that's
I
pretty.
feel.
Yeah, that I think that that says a lot
That's
about
a step
him.
up. Yeah,
He
I
probably
would
didn't get
drop
to
the
choose.
H.
Because whenever you're like that in a from like an illegitimate relationship, you get the last name Snow. That's like the thing in Game of Thrones. So but yeah, George R. R. Martin, who is the author of Game of Thrones, if you guys didn't know, everybody knows that, he confirmed in a blog post this past Thursday that Kit Harington, the actor who made his name portraying the King of the North, is the driving force behind this potential sequel. He can't confirm anything because HBO is just like, hold your horses. We already have House of Dragons coming out. But the working title for the series is going to be called, can you guess?
Yeah, I can.
What is it?
Well, I can guess because I know already what the working title is, but they're not going to go with it.
Snow? Really?
Yeah, the working title is Snow.
What else? I don't even know. I haven't even really thought about what else it could be called.
I mean, I like that name. I just don't think that they're going to go with
The
it.
Black Knight.
They all work under like different
Yeah.
names, and then they change it at the end. So
Right.
we'll see. What
So-
do you think they're going to name it?
I'm okay with Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with Snow or maybe John. No, Jon is lame. Probably just Snow.
The
Snow and then,
notorious
like,
Jon.
The notorious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll do like something under it, like Snow.
Yeah. Snowball.
The wall.
and-
Hanging on the wall or
Snow on the
something
wall.
like life on the wall. How depressing.
Actually, I feel like we're naming mixtapes. Actually, I
Yeah,
don't
he'll
know
probably have
what
one of
we're
those. He's
doing
gonna have
right
so much
now.
time on his hands, just being in winter forever and just being on the wall. But it seems like they're gonna do some stuff in this series. Hopefully, we get to see him
Winter's
win.
Over.
Yeah. Winter isn't here anymore. But yeah, like we said, we don't have to wait too long to return to Westeros. We do have that House of Dragon series coming out August 21st, which I miss Game of Thrones a lot. I really do. I know the last season wasn't my favorite, but thinking about it now, just when that show dropped, it was like a weekly Sunday night. You planned your whole schedule around it. The Red Wedding episode. I mean, there's a million different things that like I base the years off. I'm like, okay, yeah, that was 2015, right? Sounds about right. Red Wedding, you know?
There are honestly Game of Thrones episodes that changed my life. They were like pivotal points in my life.
Oh my God.
Like, I was different after the Red Wedding.
What? Yeah.
I changed.
Yeah.
I changed. Yeah.
Insane. Also like when Joffrey, again, spoilers, you guys, this was a long time ago, but when Joffrey gets poisoned at the like that was just.
Yeah. Also
that
changed.
was great.
I remember like jumping on my couch and like literally like screaming like, who knew that you could be so excited to watch a child die?
And it was Lady Olenna the whole time, man. What a power move. And then just like Sansa sneaking off with a weird little finger dude. Peter Baelish.
I really enjoyed their awkward chemistry.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like almost like a I don't know, like a sugar daddy relationship.
It was like a sexual father.
Yeah, and she was like, "Don't touch me," but she would rather like hook up with Tyrion, you know. Interesting stuff.
Who wouldn't?
I know.
All right.
Anyways, shall we jump into our next topic?
Do we want to go here or do we want to go here?
Let's do Let's do this.
Okay.
One. Okay, you guys. So we are the next day after Thor Love and Thunder dropping. The next.
So no spoilers.
No spoilers at all. But we decided to do a little. You know, we want to see what people are saying about the movie so far. We want to see what their thoughts are. And you know what? We were reading these articles, and a lot of them are really funny. We quoted the New York Times and the Mashable. And we just want to say right off the bat, it only has a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is crazy because we love Taika. We love Taika Waititi. We love everything we saw in these upcoming trailers. I mean, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy. We have Natalie Portman returning.
I feel like Thor Ragnarok was a slow burn, though, you know? Like,
it was
people
great.
kind of, like, sat on it, and
Yeah,
then they were like,
they
that was
did.
actually the greatest movie I've ever seen.
And now it's
in my
everybody's
life.
favorite movie. It's like during
Yeah.
quarantine, everybody watched and they're like, wow. Because, you know,
Yeah.
after the second Thor, everybody kind of was just like, yeah, this isn't for me. But we'll watch
Yeah.
it because Chris Hemsworth is just the cutest man alive. Just very good energy.
It's like you have to watch it because
You
if
have
you're
to.
involved in anything in Marvel, you have to watch every single thing. Otherwise, you're not going to know what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
So
Those post-credit scenes will ruin you if you don't see them. But yeah, at the end of this segment, we are also going to make a bet whether Thor lives or not, because there's a lot of rumors going around whether he lives or dies in this movie. There's a lot of hints that he might not live on.
He might bite. Yeah.
And that's because we have Gore the God Butcher coming through. This man has been through some trauma.
Literally.
And none other than the most traumatic actor to play him, Christian Bale. The original, like, sad boy from American Psycho, you know? This man is a method actor to a certain extent, and he is playing Gore. And I just want to get this this quote right off from the Mashable that this is an article that literally just came out last night. And they called Gore the God Butcher Christian Bale in Voldemort mode.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, he looks like the comic book character Gore the God Butcher.
Right.
He does.
It's
I
pretty
mean,
spot on.
it's spot on. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I'm not really sure. So yeah, maybe Gore and Voldemort have some things in common. I see it.
Yeah,
I
mean, it's
skin color.
nose, kind
nose,
of.
yeah.
They have a shadow following them. They like to kill children. It's just a really whole thing. But yeah, I think what's funny is that that was one of the first things we noticed. We're both big Harry Potter fans, and immediately when you see Gore, you're like, oh my God, that's Voldy. That's Voldy. He's alive again. Like, oh my God, he just doesn't have a wand. At least I don't know. Maybe he does. I haven't seen Thor yet. But in the comic,
you don't know what he's hiding.
You never know. They might just throw him on there for fun. Taika would probably. I wouldn't doubt him.
Hanging down. You know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Another quote about him from the New York Times. They say it starts with a pasty, near unrecognizable Christian Bale, who has been revealed of his DC Dark Knight duties, and he is relieved. What did I say? Revealed. Relieved.
Don't worry, I'm on Kyra messing up
You're
word
on me.
watch.
Yeah, and he signed up with Marvel as a villain this time in the spoiler name of Gore the God Butcher. But I mean, in a way, Batman was kind of a villain because he never paid his taxes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just pay your
So,
taxes, dude.
the
Then maybe
richest
you're,
man in Gotham, and he
like,
just
your
can't even
freaking
pay
city
his
wouldn't be in
taxes.
filth and crime, okay?
Unbelievable.
Maybe fund some healthcare and some,
Donate
mental
some
health
money.
care.
You'll get it back.
Yeah,
just fill out the tax
Frickin'
form,
psycho. Yeah, no, let's just fill Arkham with
dude.
with crazy people.
He's an
Like, let's
enabler.
just put them all in prison.
He's the classic
no,
enabler. He likes
medicate
fighting. Yeah.
them. What the heck are you doing?
I mean, if you go through that much trauma and you have no parents, like, you have to find something to do, right? He
Yeah.
can't get women, so he just has to, like, basically just fight the Joker every single year of his life.
Okay, he's in love with the Joker secretly.
know.
We all know this.
They need to
but
have that happen already.
I love that Joker movie
Yeah.
came out with your boyfriend,
Joaquin?
Joaquin Phoenix.
I know.
Joaquin Phoenix. I
Beautiful
love
man.
because it just showed that Batman literally just beats up mentally ill people and poor people,
Yeah.
and it just was.
He's
I
a
was
bully like Eric
I was
Parsons.
whoa! Now the truth comes out, friends.
Yeah, even with the new Batman and the Riddler, I mean, which is one and the same as the Joker.
Well,
The
okay,
Riddler kind
yeah.
of bullied him though, and it was kind of great. I know. Not a lot of people believed in that
He
one.
got, he was bullied back. The bully was bullied.
Can we just talk about
okay?
that? Because Robert Pattinson, again, you guys, we are big Twilight fans. We love vampires. We love Twilight. We just recently read Midnight Sun.
True. Except for I'm Team Jacob, so.
I'm Team Edward, obviously. But, I mean, Robert Pattinson killed it. I liked him as Batman. I thought it was amazing.
He did a great job.
It was very depressing and emo, and it was just, like, based off, like, the first original, like, Dark Knight comics, and I loved it. I love the Riddler, too. I like that we didn't do the Joker for the 30th time in a row. We actually moved on.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I like the Riddler. He's a really good villain.
I guess we did. Spoiler: we did see the Joker in the end, which was great. I think that's gonna be great because that's the dude from Eternals.
I did. True.
True.
I did enjoy that he brought his Twilight energy to the movie.
Very pasty, very pale.
pasty,
Doesn't go out during the
very
day.
creepy. Just watches girls like
stalking
from afar.
Zoe Kravitz, which I don't
yeah.
blame him.
And then
but
for some reason,
it just works.
this
out
woman, it
for
just
him.
works.
It just works.
It just works out.
It always works out.
I mean, nobody said these women were that smart, but for me, I just feel like Catwoman would, know better. But I mean,
I would fall for Batman.
Yeah,
100%. It's the suit. I mean, he was kind of like a weak Batman though in this movie. He was still like fallen and couldn't get the cape and the wings quite right. But I mean, it was a good watch. I mean, I can't wait for the next one. I know there's going to be another Joker too. So
all right, you guys, you heard it here first. This is how you get Kyra to go on a date with you. Just like watch her, stalk her from afar. Just like wait for your chance. Just be quiet and be around.
Be just a sad emo.
Yeah, kind of like hang out in the corner.
Yeah,
like,
in the
sadly,
shadows.
Yeah,
just listen to Nirvana. Something
every
away
time she
on
looks
repeat.
at you, like kind of look away.
And it's just like a very dramatic.
Maybe like some like black eyeliner would be
totally.
cute.
Yeah, we're getting into like My Chemical Romance territory. Let's do it.
Okay, I was
We'll
making
stop
fun
at
of
that.
you, but now this is real.
I just went along with it. Okay, yeah, we're gonna stop talking about Batman now because we could, I think, talk the rest of the hour about him.
I
But
would.
I know, and I would too. So this is the fourth Thor movie in 11 years, by the way. And the
Oh, yeah, we were talking about Thor.
I know, right? Christian Bale, you just get on a tangent, man.
Yeah.
The second that Waititi has directed following Thor Ragnarok, which was amazing, as we said. So I got to get this right off the bat. We do know Russell Crowe is coming in hot. He is going to be playing Zeus. And the New York Times quoted this as, he flounces around in a flirty skirt and Shirley Temple curls. Yeah.
Love that for him.
You heard it here first. Shirley Temple curls. That's a very specific
Were you
curl.
attracted?
No spoilers. Yeah. Do you see his butt? Oh, okay. It was in the trailer. Oh, I think he's going to be great. I think Russell Crowe, it's a big difference from, I mean, he's still like kind of in a gladiator-esque outfit, right? Like they wore skirts.
Oh my God.
He has a couple extra
gladiator.
pounds now, but like the gladiator ruined me, as it did everybody your first watch. But like the flirty skirt, the Shirley Temple curls, that really just sold me on it. You kind of already told it you kind of saw it from the trailer, but
I mean,
I'm ready.
how are you gonna be mad at a man who shops at Valentino and gets a
Right.
perm on the regular? I don't see what it's called, self-care, and you
Gets a
know, if you go to the barber,
He puts in his rollers at night. He's just like very
He-
about his life.
he's prepping.
I love it. I love it. And he looked great.
Okay.
He looked great. That's why he has all the
Never
women
hate on
around him and
that.
everybody's around him. Everyone's like, oh my God, what he does, I do.
He takes care of himself.
Good old Zeus,
he
the
takes
player.
care of himself. All right.
Yes. And so let's jump right into the next pretty boy of the movie, Chris Hemsworth, one of my favorite Avengers forever. It's just really hard to not love him because we got to see different versions of him throughout the MCU. We got to see, dad bod Thor. We got to see original strongman Thor. We got to see Thor kind of struggle a little bit. And in this one, it seems like he's going to get into shape. He's going to totally go on like hot girl summer walks all summer. And
he did. He had his
yeah.
like come up.
He did.
He had like a hot girl summer come up.
yeah,
which
which
was
is
nice.
necessary.
Oh my God! Was it? Is this a jump gas?
Oh my God! Whoa!
Well,
Celebrity
oh
sighting.
my God.
Anyway, so Chris Hemsworth. Let's get
Do
into
you guys
this little
have beanies
quote.
this year?
I hope they have beanies. I lost mine already.
Oh!
Hi, Mark. Hi, everybody. Smithers. I'm kidding. Smithers, come back.
Fake.
Smithers. I was joking. So anyways, where was I? New York Times quote about Chris Hemsworth. The movies have, almost to a fault, emphasized Thor's fatalities. He has daddy issues, a sibling rivalry, R.I.P. Loki, and romantic woes. Gods, they're just like us. Kind of.
This was a quote from what?
This was the quote from the New York Times, like official. And I went and looked at this dude's bio. I forget his name,
New
but like
York
he's
Times
the
do
official.
be haters though a lot of the time.
He said a lot of funny things, but like also he was like, totally daddy issues, 100%, and also the sibling rivalry.
Your dad is dead. Like obviously you're gonna have
get over
issues
it.
around that.
Get over it. No,
What that? Give him a break. He's doing well.
I love the sibling rivalry though. I think that's like just him and Loki's. It's gonna. I mean, in the trailer we do
But
see
his
that.
siblings. R.I.P. So it's like,
He's
how
like
do you
technically
have sibling
alive.
rivalry anymore? How are you like competing with someone who's not alive?
Yeah, I mean, because he has a tattoo of him on his back now, so
yeah,
he kind of
exactly.
just
So
sees
it's like
it
all
every day.
love. I feel like
It's all love.
it's an arc. Like it went full.
It was beautiful.
It went full circle.
Yeah.
I think it went full circle.
I think that's one of probably no, not Luke and Leia. That's a little weird. Definitely Loki and Thor was like probably one of my favorites siblings and of all time.
Wait. Why would it be weird if you compare them to Luke and Leia?
Because Luke and Leia like made out that one time, and it's weird. They're siblings, so
Sexual
at least
tension.
Thor and Loki.
A lot of siblings make out because what I'm thinking of Wanda and
Oh my God.
her
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver, yeah, her brother.
Okay,
They had a whole thing.
let's just move on.
Jamie and Cersei.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
There is such a theme of incest. It's gross.
Yeah.
We need to get over that, you guys.
Daenerys was trying to marry her brother at the beginning
her-
of Game of Thrones.
And Jon Snow is her
remember?
nephew, allegedly.
This
is gross.
That was anti stuff
Ew.
going on there. I
Damn
mean,
it. Everything.
it
What is it, that
happens a
quote?
lot.
Like all your heroes become villains or something. You live long enough to see
you
them.
live long enough.
That's
to
what it
see,
is,
yeah,
honestly.
You live long enough to see all your heroes. You
Um,
either die a hero,
hero or
live
become
long enough
enough
to become the villain. Got it.
I already know our line.
Got it.
And romantic woes, you guys. We do know Natalie Portman's returning to this movie, which, you know what? So far, reading all of these reviews, nobody has really anything positive to say about Natalie Portman, which just stings because Padme, she's obviously Padme, Queen Amidala herself in Star Wars, the mother of Luke and Leia, our favorite siblings. But New York Times said just flat out, Jane wasn't interesting. So
it's also like weird
ended sentence.
because Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman kind of lack chemistry on screen, which
Yeah.
everyone kind of like recognizes.
Totally.
Which I think is like kind of hard. But I'm glad that she's gonna be like the new Thor. Like, let's go.
Stoked. I can't wait to see it because of her comic book, like what happens in the comic. Jane Foster has cancer.
Yeah.
When she's Lady Thor, she's strong, muscles, whatever. But you know, they have that like duo thing going on.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited to see Natalie Portman nonetheless. I love Natalie Portman.
I
Everything
agree.
she's done.
I
She's
agree,
in some of
yeah.
my favorite movies. All right, yeah. Another thing about Chris Hemsworth, we're gonna finally quote somebody else besides the New York Times. We read more things, I promise. The Mashable said that he has golden retriever energy. Yeah, right? Yeah? Golden retrievers are just so happy. They're blonde, right? They're just jumping around.
Eager to
Gorgeous.
please. Gorgeous.
Admirable. Loyal. Kind of dumb.
Himbo.
Relatable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. We already knew that though, but it was just such a good quote. I had to write it down.
Is this supposed to be negative?
Right.
Because these all seemed like very positive.
Like, not my favorite dog because they do shed a lot, and I guess Thor does have a lot of hair. But I mean, golden retrievers are great from afar. You know, if I'm like dog sitting, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna watch a golden retriever, but I'm not gonna bring one home with me.
I'm definitely not gonna sit here and shit on any sort of dog. So I'm just gonna be like, yeah, he is golden retriever energy. Can't see anything wrong with it. Totally fine with it.
Yeah, I'm here for it. That was I think that's the best way to describe
sexy blonde,
him.
eager to please. Not mad about it. Okay. Not mad about it.
If you guys did watch What If as well on Disney Plus, they really did show another level of Thor, and he was Party Thor. And that is when Natalie Portman like returned originally, and that's a great episode. Everybody should watch What If.
Chemistry when he was a big old douchebag.
Yeah, because they're animated and they're not in real life. When they're in real life,
douchebags. That's why she had such great chemistry with
Hayden.
It's
so dumb. It's because she's like the smartest woman in the world, and she's just like, I have to level it out with like a douche, you know?
Exactly.
Stupid balance, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then sadly,
sadly,
it seems from what I've been reading, again, this is non-spoiler. You guys cannot confirm nor deny, but it sounds like Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson, who is an amazing character. Yeah, doesn't get as much screen time as we would hope. Neither does Korg, which I guess is Taika Waititi himself anyway, so he probably didn't want to be like super vain about it. But this is the Mashable. Both Korg and Valkyrie are awkwardly sidelined to make room for Jane, Thor, and Gore. That's so funny. They all kind of rhyme.
Yeah, but that makes sense because they are
the main
scene
story.
Stealers, and they're like, "This isn't your movie, friends."
I don't know. I would look at Korg.
Their own movie.
Yeah.
Valkyrie definitely needs
100%. New Asgard. Like, she needs to. There should just be like a comedy series about her running New Asgard.
Oh my god. I bet the Disney Plus series is already in development.
You already know
New Asgard, like her at the throne. Also, like, back to the chemistry talk.
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth.
The best.
Way more chemistry.
Arguably
than his
better.
girlfriend.
Arguably better than, Jane Foster. 100%. I would totally battle that. It seems like also in the trailer that Valkyrie and Jane Foster are going to be friends. They're kind of just like in that one scene with Thor when he's by Zeus, and they're just kind of hanging out like, should we help him, when Zeus just like declothes him, and she's like, no, he's good. So seems like I'm excited to see their relationship. Hopefully it exists for at least 2 minutes in this movie, but can neither confirm nor deny.
Does it pass the Bechdel test?
I don't know. We're going to have to get into specifics.
We don't know.
Okay, so final question, thought on Thor. Do you think he's going to live or go to Valhalla with his father? What do you think is going to happen at the end of this movie? I know, loaded question. Many thoughts. I'll go first. I think he's going to live because I just cannot live in a world without Thor. Maybe he'll just like disappear kind of and then come back in 10 years in some movie, or like probably less than 10 years because they know how much money they can make off of Chris Hemsworth being in a movie. But it does seem that they're going in that general direction where all of the Avengers are getting old, and we have this new wave of young Avengers and younger people coming in, which rightfully so. It's beautiful what they're doing right now with Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, America Chavez, and Doctor Strange. Like, we have a lot of good characters coming in. But I hope that Chris Hemsworth just goes on a really long vacation on like a really nice planet with like a really beautiful
he
woman
could die
or
retire. I'm fine with it either way.
Yeah, he should just rescue a golden retriever.
Replaced, and he should just like rescue.
He should just like open up a dog shelter,
move into a cul-de-sac, get
the dad bod again for a couple years, and then like come back on his fitness. Start an Instagram that's like fitness based and shit.
Oh my god, a fitness, fitness Instagram for
Thor's muscles or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And then he'll have like a YouTube channel where he just like lift weights and grunts. Yeah. Mark, this is for you. Yeah, you're like good idea.
He has the name already saved on Instagram actually. But yeah, you guys, unfortunately we have run out of time, but that was our little nerd news show.
No, I'm so sad.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
You guys are the best. Shout out Chuck and Shauna, the best people I know.
Thank
you,
you.
Fan Expo. Everybody here, we love you so much. Thank you for watching. And we are a podcast, a nerdy pop culture podcast. We talk about our lives. We talk about Star Wars. We talk about Marvel, DC. Upcoming, we have Andor next month. We're going to do House of Dragons, deep
Talk
dives.
nerdy, but make it stupid.
Yeah.
That's our motto, okay?
Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you.